Hi everybody, this is Connie, and I wanted to show you just a couple of quick things that I'm doing right now. I have to craft every day no matter how crazy my life is. So the first thing I wanted to do is show you an explosion card, and this explosion card is really fun, and it is one that is like an old classic. We had a speaker come and talk with us for an oncology symposium. I had everybody sign around the edge of an 8.5 by 8.5 piece of paper. We're going to decorate the center of this to make an explosion card. And a little bit of a sneak peek is that we are using this new set called Sunflower Sympathy. I'm not going to use the sympathy messages, but we're going to use the stamps. One little tip on a set like this, where you have a stamp that is pretty big with lots of little points, and then this stamp is supposed to stamp on top of it and has lots of little points. One little tip that I did was I marked the top of my stamp with a Sharpie so that you could see exactly where the top is, and then when you go to stamp the center, it also has a top, so when you go to stamp it, boom, it's just like that. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to start by showing you the card that I made. This is the front card. You know, when you make a card, basically it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper chopped in half, and then you fold both sides and you have two card bases. So that's what this is. This is just a green card base, and I went ahead and used the sunflower stamp on this one to make the card front. Now we're going to do the inside. So here's the inside piece, and I want to put a message on, and the message I'm going to do really dark in a dark green, and I want to do it down here, and I'll show you why once all the folds are made, but I just wanted to show you that that is where I want that to be. And then the other part that's kind of cool that you can do is go ahead and use kind of a darker orange. Here I'm using the Gold Rush ink pad, and all I'm doing is stamping around the edge, and you can see that you can still read everybody's signature. It's not like I'm hiding anything so that you can't read it. All right, so there's that one. The other part, the little center of the sunflower, I'm going to do in saffron, which is kind of a golden yellow. And again, since I have held my sunflower right side up and my mark is right side up, you can just kind of randomly do that. Don't worry about lining it up super perfect. It's going to look good even if you don't line it up exactly. You could spend some time and you could line it up just perfectly with the leaves, but you don't need to. So it's really nice looking just like that. The other thing I'm going to do around the edge is in fern ink, I'm going to just put a few leaves. Now, one of the things about this stamp set is that if I put the leaves on, it'll be on top of the sunflower. And so what I did, and you can do this with any stamp set, is you can make a mask. So I stamped this on just plain copy paper, and there's the top, and you just lay it on top. And the idea behind the mask is to cover up these petals that are here, and then you can just stamp the leaf, and it doesn't go over your image. So you can mask your images off pretty easily like that. I'm just going to do a few leaves here. Ta-da! Okay, so that's basically all I really want to do on the inside. This stamp set has a really cute butterfly that would look really nice in here. We could do a few butterflies. There you go. So that would look nice. The other thing is this stamp set has a center to the sunflower. That's really nice that you can stamp. The only issue with that is I am starting to cover up the signature, so I'm gonna push a little lighter on that. Okay, but I think it looks pretty nice. There's a lot of stuff that I could do to this to even decorate it more, but the main thing is I want to show you how to do the explosion card. So you can see that I already folded it diagonally once. I'm going to fold it diagonally the other way too. And so you have a big X. The last thing I'm going to do is fold it in half from top to bottom. Okay. So if you look at this, you basically want to reverse these folds so that when you bring those middles together and this whole thing kind of collapses and makes a big triangle. So you can kind of see that inside of the card is going to pop up. We need to get rid of these excess corners, and the way you do that is to fold them to the center, just like that, and then flip it over and fold those to the center. You can tell that I'm not always super precise when I make my cards. You don't need to be. Now this is where it gets weird, is that these need to be folded in, these little corners. So I'm going to fold this like this. This is like each corner kind of gets pushed in and reversed. That little one that you just made, it gets reversed. Here's another one, gets reversed. So all four sides. Makes like a little house. Push all the seams down good, and then when it pops up, boom. So the last thing we're going to do is put some adhesive on here and put this down, and then flip it over, put some adhesive on here, push this down and glue it, and then when it opens, when the card opens, it'll open like this. Ta-da! And I'm going to write a message in there to her. I just think this is super cute, and it really doesn't take very long. The main thing you need is an 8.5 by 8.5 square, and you can use any stamp set. This is a cool birthday card if you do balloons and confetti. So that is the card for today, and let me know what you think of it.